Around the city, there's heaps happening for Christmas. Around Australia, there's heaps in Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide and everywhere else in Australia. Today, we've got Councillor Jim in talking to our very own Nisha about what's happening in Perth.
Thanks, Fred. Today, we're joined by Councillor Jim Adamos from the City of Perth. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Nisha. Thanks for being here. I'm happy to be here.
Pleasure. Now, looking through the City of Perth over the past few months has been so busy. I think all Perthites, I call them Perthites, can be very proud of all the different programs, buildings, everything that's going up. But it's Christmas time in the city, as we can see. So what does the City of Perth have in store for us?
Well, there's so many things going on in every part of the city at the moment. There's events going on in our new Forest Place redevelopment area there. There's the Yeppieheim new water feature which is there, and that's getting a lot of attention by the young kids as they're all getting quite wet at the moment. But it's a fantastic area to be. So there's activity going on in Forest Place. There's some also activity going on in Murray Street as well. Pretty much all parts of the city has been occupied by Christmas, so to speak.
Yeah, that's fantastic because we often go there for a bit of shopping during the course of the week. So there are some very specific events that are happening as well. We've got the Perth City Festival of Christmas Trail. Tell us about that.
Well, what that involves is trying to you actually download a map from showmeperth.com.au, which is the City of Perth website, and you can sort of start on a trail going through all of the parts of the city, areas that probably you may not think about, you know, having a look at and going down. It's a little map, and you get down, you find some hidden treasures all through parts of the city that you may not have gone to in the past.
Yeah, so you get to know Perth, so to speak.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wonderful. Now, there's also a Twilight Hawkers Market. This sounds exciting.
It's great. It's on again tonight. It's on every Friday night. It's in the city. It's a hawkers market, and it's actually set up in Forest Place, and there's a lot of stalls, lots of smells of every parts of the globe down there, and so popular. Over the last couple of weeks, every Friday, it's just been buzzing with activity and a lot of excitement, and also being surrounded by the Christmas lights there. It's a fantastic atmosphere down there.
Wonderful. And now the roving Corollas and Santa, that sounds very interesting. Tell me about that.
Well, there's a lot of Christmas carolling going on. So,
Corollas.
That's okay, that's fine. I wasn't going to correct you, but... It's okay.
Carolers.
I'm sure everyone knew that. Carolers. Did well.
Corollas. Apologies, I read that line for the first time just then.
Well, anyway, but so yeah, they're going through the city. A lot of Christmas carols going on. In fact, I was through the city last weekend, and just outside Maya, there was about sort of 14, 16 carolers there singing Christmas hymns. It was just fantastic. It was really a great atmosphere.
Very traditional perspective to Christmas.
Absolutely.
I might call them Corollas from now on. Now, one of my personal favourites, the Channel 7 and West Australian Christmas Pageant.
Yeah, the Christmas Pageant this year, it's a complete change to what we've seen over the past years. It's now gone back to night time, so there's a lot of people particularly excited about that.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a very special Christmas pageant this year, with all the lights on the different floats and just that whole activity about having activities going on through the city in the evening. And I just think it brings back the whole magic to Christmas that perhaps was a little bit lost by having it to early morning, especially last year. I think the day we had last year was over 40 degrees when we started, so quite a tricky time to be taking the children out.
So, and that one's Saturday the 15th of December, but you can find more information. We'll tell you how later. Now, the next one, which is exciting, and I've been to this too, is the Perth City Christmas Markets, presented by Unwrapped. Yeah,
that's a number of different stalls all through the city, and they're providing you just a different opportunity to have a look at some more unusual, smaller kinds of gifts, things that you probably wouldn't have ever thought about putting under the Christmas tree this year. But it's just a whole range of little bit sort of quirky, more sort of niche kinds of objects that you can buy for your family and friends.
So some last-minute stocking stuffers would be good. Yeah.
Good.
Santa trains. That also sounds very exciting.
Yeah, Santa trains. This is a great way of the city reducing its carbon footprint, and we're going to have Santa on a couple of trains coming in through the city on the 19th, 20th and 21st of December this year. So I can't recall exactly what the lines are. If you have a look on the website, you'll be able to see which of the trains are coming through into the city, and you'll be able to find Santa on, you know, here and there, you know, so he'll be making an appearance on those lines on those 3 days. So it's a fantastic way to come into the city on the train and probably bump into the man in the red suit as well.
And now one that's very close to your heart, you did mention pre us going to air, was the Christmas Nativity.
Yeah, the Christmas Nativity. It's a real special time. It's actually it's the true meaning of Christmas. It's great with all the festival and all the events going on, Christmas presents and so on. But the Christmas Nativity is what Christmas is really about. It's the true story. So the City of Perth does a fantastic job of it. It's they actually have live animals. I was going to say very live animals.
Live animals.
But they actually have live animals.
Hopefully, yes.
In the city, and so it's a fantastic spectacle. There's usually somewhere around 4,000 to 5,000 people that attend to that event.
Okay, great.
So my big advice is try and get an early seat and just enjoy. It's a fantastic event.
Fantastic. Now, I'll run through because there's a few more, but the festive flicks at the Northbridge Piazza Super Screen, that'll be exciting. That's Wednesday the 19th of December through to Monday the 24th. More information will be on the website, but I am going to ask you about the IGA Carols by Candlelight because that's also a favourite.
Yeah, it certainly is with the families. It's down at Supreme Court Gardens. The gates open at 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon. It's a wonderful event. Families can get down there and practice all their hymn singing, which is and they can do some caroling themselves.
Caroling, remember? We've got a new
caroling.
term now. Run it past the PR at City of Perth.
We'll do that.
Okay, and look, finally, just to wrap up, New Year's Eve in Northbridge. A lot of people might not have set any plans for New Year's Eve, but they now feel as though there will be a lot on in Northbridge. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. Northbridge this year is really going to come alive. There's a couple of different areas set aside in Northbridge. James Street will be closed down. There'll be activities there for the family, starting a little bit earlier to be able to bring the children in. There'll be a movie up on the piazza so they can do some craft activities. Then a little bit later on in the evening there'll be some bands and probably maybe a little bit more adult activity then. So. It's the finale of the City of Perth, the festival of Christmas. So it'd be lovely to get down there and just sort of wrap up the Christmas events by going on New Year's Eve.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Councillor Jim Adamos from the City of Perth. A lot going on. Check out showmeperth.com.au or alternatively, you can of course go to thecouch.com.au to find out more.